What's up, board gamers? Thanks for checking out our review of Splendor. This is a family weight card game that has the following description. Splendor is a game of chip collecting and card development. Players are merchants of the Renaissance trying to buy gem mines, means of transportation, shops, all in order to acquire the most prestige points. If you're wealthy enough, you might even receive a visit from a noble at some point, which of course will further increase your prestige. The mechanisms in this game are card drafting, contract completion, set collection, and racing. In Splendor, players are collecting cards and gold tiles to score victory points in a race to be the first person to hit 15 points and win the game. On a player's turn, they are either collecting poker chips as currency or using these chips to buy cards, which gradually increases their buying power on future turns. Finally, they can reserve a card from the market which provides them with a wild chip that can be spent buying any coloured card. When collecting poker chips, players can either collect 2 poker chips of the same colour or 3 different coloured chips and hold up to a maximum of 10. For example, on turn 1 a player collects a green, a blue and a red chip. Second turn they collect a black, a white and a red. On their third turn, the player can use some of these chips to purchase a card which then remains in front of them in their own tableau. This contributes an automatic gem towards the cost of any future card the player wishes to buy. The cards that can be purchased all have different coloured combination of gemstones on them and are all laid out in 3 rows that increase in difficulty to obtain. The cheaper cards to purchase are in row 1, with row 2 and row 3 having more victory points showing on them. The cards in row 3 with higher victory points will cost a lot more poker chips than in row 1. The other way to obtain points in Splendor is to collect noble tiles which are automatically awarded to players when they have bought the appropriate amount of cards from the 3-tier market. It's a great design that these noble tiles cannot be bought through using poker chips, as it forces players to commit to a route to victory and which cards to prioritise very early on. Players' decisions regularly consist of: do I continue to collect the cheaper lower tier cards, or do I spend more time collecting chips to hopefully buy more tier 2 cards? Alternatively, do I buy more cards of the same colour so I can buy the top tier cards with 5 victory points on them, or do I balance out the coloured cards that I'm buying so that I begin to collect the 3-point noble tiles but then I risk being beaten to them by other players? There is always this pull and push element throughout the game. The negatives for us with Splendor are that cards have excellent art, but it is often repeated across many cards. The game's theme does not really come through, and at the core of the game, Splendor is an efficiency puzzle, so whichever player is the most efficient will win the game. Finally, cards on tier 3 that players have been working towards buying are easily reserved by other observant players, which is frustrating when you're on the verge of winning. The positives for us are that each game follows a familiar contour of buying cards, building a tableau and collecting noble tiles. It's one of the few games where we have seen brand new players win against experienced players in their very first game. The concept is simple and welcoming for newer gamers and family members, and picking up and holding the heavy poker chips is a delight and should definitely be used in more games. Here at Board Game Pix, we give Splendor an 8 out of 10 and hope you enjoy the set collection fun it presents with each game. Thanks for checking out our review of Splendor.